I'm Juan Davis, Chief Creative Officer at KCT and PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How is everyone today?
Well, thank you.
Pretty good.
And it's Memorial Day and the beginning of a very, very strange summer for all of us. And this week, we're expecting assistance for people waiting for unemployment extensions. David, I think you have some details about this.
Right. On Wednesday, the state's unemployment office is going to start processing those long-awaited extensions. And just to back up and explain here, normally you cannot collect unemployment for more than 26 weeks in a single year. So there are some people out there who became unemployed before this pandemic who've already run out of benefits. In some cases, they've been going months without payments by now. But the Federal CARES Act added another 13 weeks of benefits for those kind of people. The problem is California hasn't processed the extensions yet. Officials say it's a really complicated process, but I spoke to people out there who are dealing with this, who've run out of benefits during these tough times, and they're starting to run out of savings. They tell me they're afraid of losing their homes. One person in Thousand Oaks said she's now relying on her adult kids to buy her food. People are getting pretty desperate for that financial help a few months into this crisis. The state says it is going to start automatically filing those extensions later this week. They're going to contact people through the mail and online about certifying for getting payments, but it could take until June or in some cases even July before people start getting those payments again.
Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer, and what is summer without baseball? A. Martinez has been looking at what the future of baseball might be this year.
Well, the future, whenever it does happen for baseball, will be empty as in empty stadiums. There will be no fans at any Major League Baseball games that happen in 2020. But that's if they get on the field. The owners and players are still negotiating the terms of what a season would be like. Right now, the owner's proposal has them showing up to the stadium with their uniforms on. It has them not allowing to shower after the game and use their facilities for hydrotherapy. And the players are backing off a little bit on that. They're saying, look, we need to be able to do certain things at the stadium that we normally would. And they also don't want to take too much of a salary reduction. So when indeed they get back on the field, you might see some players in the dugout wearing masks. You definitely won't see any fans or any hot dogs or beer in the stands, but it'll be a much different game for at least one season before we get back to normal, possibly in 2021.
Another summertime joy with a really questionable future are swimming pools. And Sharon McNary's been finding out whether or not we're going to be able to jump in.
I know, and I'm such a swimmer myself. I got my goggles on. It's not the water that's going to be the problem. Public pools in Los Angeles County are just not open yet. The water's not the problem. If there's chlorine at a proper amount, it's not unsafe to swim in. The problem is all the other people at the pool who might be carrying the coronavirus. Think how close you get to people when you're at the pool. They're hanging on the wall in the lanes, they're in the hot tub, they're doing water aerobics, and they're very close to you. That's the challenge facing pool operators. When pools reopen, maybe in another month or two, there might be very different rules, like when you can go and whether you'll have a locker available. Swim lessons for kids might be transformed. So for now, if you want to swim safely, find a backyard pool, make sure there's not too many people there, or go open water swimming at the beach, but still maintain your physical distance.
And finally, this Memorial Day, restaurants. We've asked Elena to look into what summer dining out might look like.
So dine-in restaurants still is not allowed in Los Angeles County, but when it is, a lot of restaurants might be moving outdoors. And that's because there might be regulations that limit how many patrons they can keep in their interior dining rooms and how far apart the tables have to be. So several cities, including Long Beach, Pasadena, and Sierra Madre, are already moving forward with a plan called Open Streets, which would allow them to transform sidewalks, parking lots, parking garages, and in some cases to actually close down streets so they can put tables out there. And that helps the restaurants expand their capacity, it helps their bottom line, and it keeps patrons further apart. Plus, you get some nice al fresco dining.
I wouldn't mind that at all, especially after, 3 months of closures? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today, and thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves, take care of your health, your family, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye.